Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West.
All right, Shalom Israel. This is the One West News Desk. I sit here in Baltimore and broadcasting for all of man and in the world abroad. We're going to bring you the latest headlines throughout the earth, not only local and national, but international as well. But again, this is the Israelite School of UPK, so on the 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. We are under Commander Jane Hanna. We've been teaching this truth since 1969 that the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are, in fact, the true biblical Jews of the Bible, and that our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Some headline in news, outside of your usual Facebook feed of gossip and garbage. Where you want to start? Any particular place you want to start?
Sir,
Go to these. I got a couple of things here written down. We'll start with the Gulf of Mexico. Everybody heard in the news that it is no longer, according to Google Maps and according to Apple Maps, they recognize the order and the decree that came down from Donald Trump to change it over to from the original name, the Gulf of Mexico, to the Gulf of America.
Right.
Which is really ridiculous. Like it served no purpose. It's just a power move.
Petty.
It's just a power move and a bully move by Donald Trump.
Right.
It was unnecessary. But what we don't see in the news, what you don't see on your timeline, is Mexico's response and the world's response.
Right.
And a big reason of that is because Meta, Facebook, Instagram, and other social media platforms, they do what you call censorship. They control the flow of information. It's not, you'll find it maybe if you do a deep search, you'll eventually find it, but it's not on the surface. It ain't on the surface of your algorithm.
Right.
So we'll bring you the news, and we'll bring it to your feed directly. Now, this is major news right here, and I'm gonna show you why it's major, because we're talking about a country that's gonna attempt to sue. I'm gonna show you the article in a second. That's gonna attempt to sue a billion dollar company. Google. Mexico, it's been reported that Mexico is looking to sue Google over their decision to change the name of the Gulf of the so-called Gulf of Mexico to the so-called Gulf. I don't even know what the damn call it. But the lock it. And let me share this article, which is very interesting, and we'll discuss it. Bear with me. I'm gonna change the screen up here so they can still see us. But let's see this here. This is reported from CNN today. You want to read that headline real quick?
Come on, sir. Mexico threatens to sue Google over name change of Gulf of Mexico on U.S. maps.
Now, why this ain't come up on your on your For You page? Why is that? Because it's been suppressed. It's been suppressed. They know what you like and what you don't like.
Right.
But these things are important to understand and to grasp, because there's absolutely international turmoil that is absolutely biblical. These you may think Donald Trump changing it to the Gulf of America is a small thing, but it's not. These are steps towards World War III. You might think Donald Trump playfully, it may seem like it was a playful comment to say they want Canada as a 51st state, as the next state in America. Canada did not take, like, these things aren't taken lightly international.
Right.
These are actual threats to your so-called, and Commander General said these so-called allies, they're going to start to turn against each other. Like, these things ain't by mistake here.
Right.
You understand? Tell me anything?
Sir, you want me to read it? I got it right here.
You got it on your end?
Come on, sir. Mexico will take Google to court if maps shown to U.S.-based users continue to label the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of America across the entire body of water. President Claudia Sheinbaum said Monday, arguing that U.S. President Donald Trump's order to rename it only applies to the part of the continental shelf under U.S. control.
Meaning, America doesn't own that entire body of water. It's only a partial thing. Go ahead.
What Google is doing here is changing the name of the continental shelf of Mexico and Cuba, which has nothing to do with Trump's decree, which applied only to the U.S. continental shelf. Sheinbaum told reporters.
Like Donald Trump and America wants Mexico and Cuba to be in complete servitude to America.
Right.
That's why they did the embargo. That's why, matter of fact, the embargo was still going on, if y'all didn't know. And every nation except Israel and America has been trying, in the United Nations, has been voted against it for 3 decades.
Right.
And here we go again, pushing these international boundaries. Yeah. Any more?
We do not agree with this, and the foreign minister has sent a new letter addressing the issue.
We thinking it's all fine and dandy. What Donald Trump say, go. Moving on to the next thing.
Right.
Like the international turmoil is boiling and is getting hot. It's getting hot. Okay, go ahead.
We do not agree with this, and the foreign minister has sent a new letter addressing the issue. Sheinbaum said the renaming is incorrect, adding that Trump's decree only changed the name within his own continental shelf, which extends 22 nautical miles from the U.S. coast, not the entire Gulf.
Donald Trump, he want to name it. It's damn near, it's like he conquering that entire part, body of water. Can't do that, man.
If I may, sir.
Exactly.
It's amazing that what you just said is exactly what he's what do they say? What he's making the people believe that he has the power to change anything, or they overstep their bounds, and it's like they make people believe that they have the power to control anything and everything. Yeah. Now countries are getting tired of it, and now the countries that were the very allies of America are now becoming the enemies of America.
Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Go ahead, any more?
And this is the beginning right here. This is the beginning of that World War III. Mm-hmm. Commanding General Yohanna told us this, and he's been telling us this since I've been in here, that it was coming. And he said America was going to take her allies and turn her own allies against herself. And that's what we're seeing right now. Mm-hmm.
On that point, and a lot of people think, we'll get into the other news, other international news as well, with Russia, talks with Russia, Vice President Vance talking to European leadership. Like you might look at the news and say, okay, things is looking up. Things is not looking up.
Right.
Don't think for 1 second that things is heating up crazy right now, especially the way Vance is talking over there. And especially the way, damn, what's the president of Ukraine? I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know why they
Zelensky.
give him a mic. I don't know why they give him a microphone.
Zelensky.
You understand? I don't even know why they give him a goddamn microphone. He's a goddamn idiot. And on a world stage.
You know, he also he's over there robbing his people too. He robbing his own people.
Dang.
He know he on his way out. That money think about the $350 billion that they just gave him, right? $350 billion and they out of money already.
Dang.
So how could that possibly be? Especially when he's not using it up on weapons that he keeps talking about he's needing. The money that he's doing, he's robbing his own country. This is what our oppressor does, whether it be against the nation of Israel or his own people. Our oppressor robs his own people.
God. Damn, when the righteous in authority, the people will rejoice, man. They don't even give a damn about their own people. That's why America's. That's why everybody in an uproar.
Right.
Can't pay for nothing. Can't afford groceries. Can't afford a car. Can't afford a home. Can't afford nothing because they don't even give a damn about their own people.
Right.
You understand? We're gonna get more into it though. Go ahead.
Last week, Google renamed the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America for U.S.-based users of Google Maps, citing a long-standing practice of applying name changes when they have been updated in official government sources. People in Mexico continue to see the body of water listed as the Gulf of Mexico. All other countries see both names.
You see the propaganda? Americans open up their Google Maps, right? Or their app or whatever. I think I heard MapQuest ain't got it on there.
Right.
But these are the two main forms of navigation people use: Google Maps and Apple Maps. Look at the propaganda here, right? Only Americans is seeing Gulf of America for the entire body of water. Mexico and other South American countries are seeing what? Gulf of Mexico. The rest of the earth is seeing both.
Right. But
so-called Americans is led to believe the entire body of water belongs to the United States of America. Isn't that a power? Like, why would America have to manipulate, a map to show their power? That just shows you that they're powerless, that they're being weak.
Right. That's
like, why would you have to lie to your own people about a body of water that nobody even give a damn about?
Right.
But America does that to what? For what? Propaganda.
It's the witchcraft.
Look how big and powerful I am, Donald Trump, the big bad president. I didn't change the name. Meanwhile, ain't nobody recognizing that in the rest of the earth.
Right.
They see it for what it actually is. Propaganda. Anything on that?
Yeah, that's the witchcraft. That's the first thing America does is wave its wand across its own citizens. Get your citizens behind you, and then you begin to fight. Now you throw your citizens to the front line. You understand? And then the other countries will fall in line, and then the country that you're really battling, then they begin to fall in line. It's only the witchcraft of America. That's how America got control of everything after World War II, because all of the other countries were destroyed. So they used their power to hoax the other nations up under sanctions and everything else. If we rebuild for you, then all you have to do is pay us this, or you'll do this for us. It's the same thing that they do to us here in America when they give us their welfare or something like that. You understand? And everything that they do is to control whoever they're doing it for. U.S. aid. That's the same thing they do when they use U.S. aid. So this is a tactic of America.
It's like damn near blackmail.
Right.
All right.
Oh, that's exactly what it is. You hit that on the money right there. It's
blackmail.
Blackmail. Right.
Look what we done for you.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get it in the Ukraine news. That's what they're doing with Ukraine now. They handing over a deal. You want us to continue, or I don't want to say us, but you want America to continue to fund this war and give you defense funding. We want X, Y, and Z. Ukraine said nah. Ukraine said, no, that's a bully move.
Right.
He's how arrogant can you be on both sides?
Mm.
On both sides. President, how you pronounce his name?
Zelensky.
President Zelensky on one hand this week came out and said, if America stops funding Ukraine in this war, that Russia is going to invade Europe.
Right.
And then says no to a deal that would ensure defense funding. He doesn't really give a damn. He gives a damn about, political power and propaganda.
Mm.
That's what he give a damn about. You should if you were smart at any cost, you will let them funds come in. But you're a greedy bastard. And they act like it's actually their money.
Right.
Yeah, they act like it's their this is ridiculous. Like they think in their mind the resources that Ukraine have, it literally belongs to him. It's in his pocket. How arrogant can you be as a leader? But they can never have enough. They can't even comprehend, even on that level. You got a way to defend your people, and you say no. I don't even give a damn.
Right.
It's going to be World War III regardless. Regardless if they sign a deal with Russia and they halt the war, is going to be war regardless. This what's going on in the earth is not going to stop.
Right.
And then I was thinking in my mind, like, is Donald Trump going to prolong these wars? And he got a net off his eye, and it got crazy. I'm like, both sides crazy because everybody is against America now. Canada, I would never thought. I remember when Commander Yahana was down in Texas. He said Frank is going to. Yo, I'm trying to tell you, all these so-called allies, right?
Mm-hmm.
They better turn their head against America. They're going to turn their heads against each other.
Yeah.
They're going to get brought into the valley of Jehoshaphat. I'm telling you.
You remember that from Texas?
I do.
I remember that too. Yeah. I remember that too.
And all of them going to come.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
So, where we at?
That Zelensky, right? Hey, listen, he know he on his way out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he wants this war to continue. He wanna use this war so he can slide out the back door with all of that money that he got. This is nothing but they are nothing but thieves. It's in their DNA to do exactly what they're doing. You know what I mean? And all of those sanctions. He said they got thousands of sanctions on Russia. And those sanctions do nothing but come back on us. Think about that bird flu that's supposed to be happening, right? And that's a lot of propaganda in itself. Egg prices went up, but chicken is still the same price.
Mm-hmm.
How is that?
Right.
If the chickens are dying out, then how is the chicken prices not going up, but the egg prices aren't? Mm-hmm. It doesn't make sense. It's a lot of propaganda. This is how they fuel their pockets and fill their pockets and keep taking from the little people. So we are the engine of America. That's why we never get anything. We never come out on top. This is the reason why the Most High tells us we got to gather ourselves together. You understand that we got to take care of our own. That's the only way. Every nation comes over here, they benefit off of the same rights that were created for us. Now it's time for us to start turning around, stop cheering and stop, helping these other nations and begin to help ourselves. We help everybody but our own people. Now look where we at. Everybody got businesses to fall back on except for us. When we gonna learn?
When we gonna learn? You're absolutely right, though. We're gonna drop that story. We're gonna move on to J.D. Vance speech. Let's pull this from the New York Post here. Get this headline when you get a chance.
The speech in Munich.
This one's from the New York Post. J.D. Vance works.
New York Post. Let me find that.
Just the headline right here. This one came out today.
Okay.
I'll show y'all something here.
Well, yeah.
Moving on from the Gulf of Mexico, we on J.D. Vance, the Vice President of America from the United States of America, went over there and had some exchanged some words with these other leaders. Man, they was not happy. Man,
I got it.
like we was mentioning, the tensions and the turmoil internationally has been rising and getting higher and getting higher and getting higher now. He didn't ruffle some feathers over there, Nathan.
Yeah, definitely.
He didn't. Like when he, I love it though. I hope they keep on talking. I hope they get mad. Somebody got to push one of these buttons one of these days. I'll be waking up. Like, push this damn button yet? I'm checking the knees. I'm checking the feet. I mean, come on, Russia, somebody. I think Donald Trump, he might be the one. I'm thinking he was going to prolong the war.
Right.
He might be the one. The way he acting, he want to take over Greenland. He want to take over Canada, Mexico. He want to just, he want to bully. He got 4 years of amped up. What do they call it? Toxic masculinity. This is the toxic masculinity they talking about.
Yeah, the thing is that his first 4 years, he felt like he got pushed around and used.
Mm-hmm.
So this is his last 4 years. So really, nobody can tell him what to do these last 4 years because he ain't worried about having to fight for votes for the 4 years after. So he know this is his time right here. So he acting a fool
unless he try to change something like Putin did.
Yeah.
Or change something like Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Right. Yeah.
Listen,
well, Benjamin Netanyahu, he on the same rope too, because if the war ends, then he's out. Yeah. And then he gets prosecuted. He gotta stand before the court for the
international war crimes.
No, not only that, but before that, he was under investigation for fraud and money laundering. It's like money laundering or something like that.
I'm not surprised about that.
Yeah, but he was doing a lot of shady stuff as the prime minister. So they started the investigation, and that's another thing too. And this is the reason why we got to watch these oppressors, because what they're starting to talk about now and what we were talking about in the beginning when that war first started with Israel and Hamas was that because he was under investigation, he started that war. And this is what they were saying that
this is allegedly.
Allegedly they had one of the greatest security systems, just in Israel. They had a great security system. Nobody had ever, broken through and did what happened or breached it. They said all of a sudden it was 5 different mechanisms that happened all at one time. Like the radar system was down, the fence was down, the electric fence was down that alerts them for people coming across that border. Then not only that, they said the response time with the military was actually laxed about an hour. So these people got in, which they said Putin not Putin, but Netanyahu sounds like he staged it so that this could happen so that he could remain the prime minister. And he's trying to make all kinds of moves so that when these elections come up, instead of him being prosecuted, he could get elected and be the prime minister again.
Oh, listen, all that could be propaganda, more or less.
Allegedly.
But also check this out. All of these cats, regardless of whether the propaganda or the conspiracy theories are true or not, Most High Christ. Because listen, this is what the Lord wants.
Right.
The Lord wants the turmoil. The Lord wants all of these nations to come into the valley of Jehoshaphat and fight each other. That's what's going to happen. It has been written.
Right.
So don't get all sad and all this war is going on. We just want peace and this has to happen for our liberation, for our freedom. So the earth can receive true justice, man.
Right.
The earth needs this, not only you, but the earth. You know what I mean? The earth needs a goddamn break from these devils, man. Don't you want the sky to be blue again? And the water to be clear again?
Right.
And the food to be nutritious again? I mean, this place is horrible, man. And it's kind of comical how this office, it seems like they trying to get things back on track. They trying to fix the FDA. They trying to fix the money. Listen, it's too late. It's too late. And this is a system that you find it all, especially you goddamn Democrats. Y'all party loyalists. Like you've been being robbed.
Right.
And they said, well, we ain't got money for reparations. They got money. It's like it's twofold. I'm gonna go into Doge too.
Right.
But I still want to get this story on this international news on Vance.
Got him. I got that.
Maybe we should just save that for later. But they billions of dollars have been lobbied to line the pockets of Congress, the Senate, and other political, people in power.
Political pundits.
Good,
Another thing that we also got to understand, because us as, blacks and Hispanics, we always think because we got people up there in positions of power, we believe that we have a chance. But anytime that we have people in power in positions like that, they've already been bought. They are part of America. They breathe that American culture. That means they'll sell you out, you understand, to line their own pockets. What's that, 30 pieces of silver? Just like Judas, you understand? They got that mark. You understand, that mark of that beast. You understand, it's in their hand because they use their power to hold us back. You understand, it's in their mind because they listen to what the oppressor says and they carry out the oppressor's orders.
They signing off legislations and bills to keep you oppressed. They put a name over it that sound like they're going to help black people. But in that bill, they sending 80% of that money, to a foreign country.
Right.
80% of that money to another nationality. 80% of that money in that bill is like, we've been bamboozled.
One thing you need to, Salakia, sir, if I may, one thing we need to also look at, think about this. This is just a little snippet, right? When you look at that thing, that Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, the black mayor of New York.
Yes,
when you look at that thing with Eric Adams, right? They were bringing Eric Adams down. They had all kinds of evidence against him. You understand? Remember when he came in, what was the first thing he said when he was running for that mayor? He said he was going to reform. He said he was going to defund the police at first. Mm-hmm. And as soon as he got in, he said he's not defunding the police. It was to get all of those black people to vote for him. He got right in there and then got caught up in a whole lot of stuff. Now, what are they doing now?
They calling him a Republican now.
They said they dropped the charges.
Yeah, they dropped them.
They dropping the charges. Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is the prosecuting attorney said they had all kinds of evidence against him to prosecute him. And now all of a sudden, charges have been dropped. And this is the reason why we can't trust, even when our own are up there in those positions, especially in positions of power. Whenever our people are in positions of power, they are working with the oppressor. There is nobody who's up there in power that has made a change for us. Somebody name somebody who made a change for us. I think they got a wake-up call, a little slight wake-up call when they had, what was the mayor in D.C.?
I don't know his name.
The mayor in D.C., he said, that B set me up. What was his name? Oh man, the mayor in DC, that was back in the 80s though, right? The 80s or 90s when he got caught. But after he did the stuff he did for black people in DC, they made sure that he got elected again. But after that, they changed all kinds of laws to make sure that when you come in as a mayor or anything, a position of power, you signing your life over, period. And making sure you don't jump ship.
100%. You thinking you gonna change the system from within. Meanwhile, you get changed. Now you got that mark in your forehead. Your entire mindset has been altered.
Right.
You become so-called one of them. Now look at the mayor of New York now. They calling him a Republican. He says, "Well, my party has changed, and my party is this." Listen, you was covering your own behind, dumb. Like it's not hard to comprehend.
Right.
You got caught, so you got to conform to what the so-called other side wants. That's all it is. This is plain as day. You got caught in some foreign mess.
Yeah.
And they got all the paperwork on you. Now you got to do what they say do. That's it.
And you know something?
You know what
I didn't even think about that side right there.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they let him off. You know what I mean? Because now they can use him
Mhm.
for their benefit.
Now you were just a political pawn.
Yeah.
They just moving you around like a chess piece.
Yep.
You just a chess piece. Donald Trump in the back chilling, getting protected by you, dumb.
Yep.
Now Donald Trump got another political pawn in his city.
For
You
as
know what I
long
mean?
as he mayor.
You know what I mean? So that's all that is. So let's get on to JD Vance.
Okay, here we go.
We want to share this before we jump. All right, they can see now. Go ahead.
Okay. JD Vance rips Orwellian German prosecutor for criminalizing speech, says it will hamper U.S. or Europe-U.S. relations.
Dang. He over there coming down on their government like, man, y'all ain't talking about, y'all ain't with the freedom of speech. Y'all doing that. They thinking in their mind, U.S. gonna come over here. We're gonna stop Russia. We're gonna help Ukraine. We're gonna get the funding and the money, and we're gonna be all included. He went over there, start ripping them a new one. International turmoil.
Yeah.
International like they not playing by the book no more. They not, and the Lord is allowing this to happen for our sake. This place is going to be obliterated. It has to happen.
Yeah.
Don't try to hold on to America and try to be, all this so-called utopia it's a fantasy that'll never come true. That Martin Luther King dream is a nightmare.
Yeah, definitely.
And the nightmare is coming to an end. Let the dream, at least the nightmare end. Let's come into a better reality here. You got some more?
Lies. But you lies, so that's it.
On the article.
Yeah, on the article. Oh, yeah, I got that.
Yeah.
Vice President J.D. Vance slammed German prosecutor on Monday for criminalizing speech, including the reposting of false information, and warned that the worsening trend will strain Europe's relations with America.
Strain? Come on, Rob.
Yeah.
Commander, listen, we've been talking this since the 60s. And you know what I noticed today? Everybody online, it's just like they favoring what we saying now.
Right.
About separating from our oppressor.
Well,
realizing the turmoil. You hear something?
Slovakia, sir, if I may. A lot of people are understanding that our oppressor really isn't smart. Our oppressor creates laws to make them look smart, and they break their own laws.
Mm-hmm.
And we really don't realize a lot of the times that they're breaking their own laws. Now people are seeing through. The veil is just being lifted off of our eyes. We're really seeing them for what they really are, Vance, 40, lashed out at prosecutors who took part in a fawning feature by CBS News 60 Minutes on how easily one can commit online hate crimes in Germany.
Listen, man, I saw clips here, clips there of the speech. I was listening. Their faces, they was like in shock that their ally is coming up against them
Right.
and pointing out what their wrongdoing. How dare you shame these international leaders publicly like that, on the stage like that, and they home.
Right.
Somebody better push that goddamn. But listen, what the article said earlier, it said this worsening trend will strain
The relation
European relations
with the U.S.
with the U.S., with America. What exactly does that mean? It means war.
Yep.
That means alliances broken, treaties broken, agreements broken. That means there's going to be a sway in the propaganda in the media. It's going to be the headline is going to say, and look at the headlines about this speech. Some is in favor of Vance, some is against it.
Right.
All of that's turmoil. All of that is a part of that word they use in this article, strain. It's just the beginning. Any more?
Just 3 days after the vice president scolded European leaders for stifling dissent, religious liberty, and free speech in an address at the Munich Security Conference.
He said he went over there and said, y'all ain't following y'all own law.
Right.
He got over the stage and said, y'all ain't. They thought he was going to get up there and say, God bless America and the UK and London, and we must come together and fight Russia together. And then went over there and ripped them a new one about freedom of speech. Go ahead.
Insulting someone is not a crime, and criminalizing speech is going to put real strain on European-U.S. relationships, Vance posted on X.
You know what? And it seems like this strain is inevitable.
Right.
It seems like this strain and this strife and this, everybody being combative towards each other. It seems like this is an unstoppable thing right here. Let's see the tweet here. It says it right there. Insulting someone is not a crime. It says it right there in that tweet. All right, go ahead.
That was it on that. I think that was it. Oh, wait a minute. Read more. Here we go. I got more. This is Orwellian, and everyone in Europe and the U.S. must reject this lunacy. The vice president fumed, sharing a video of Dr. Matthias Fink. He said, Svenja Menninghaus and Frank Michael Lau interview with 60 Minutes correspondent Sharon Alfonsi. It is a crime to insult somebody in public, asked Alfonso. Is it a crime?
Hey.
That was it, right?
Yes, the state prosecutor said.
Yep, there we go.
And it's a crime to insult them online as well. The reporter followed up. Yes, they replied. The crime could be even higher if you insult someone on the internet, added Fink. Because on the internet, it stays there. Dang.
In Germany, netizen can also be jailed for spreading gossip or fake quotes on social media by reposting it. And repeat offenders can earn jail time. In the case of reposting, it is a crime as well because the reader can't distinguish whether you just invented this or just reposted this, explained Menninghaus. That's the same for us.
We can't read the whole article. Y'all take a look at it yourself. Ain't no freedom of speech on the internet, apparently. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no freedom. You better be careful. Let's drop that. We got time to go into. I wish I had more time on. Iranian is a lot of Iranian propaganda. U.S. Secretary of State, U.S. Secretary of State was. I gotta get into that Iran thing.
Which one?
U.S. Secretary of State. He made comments about Iran. I think I got it on CNN.
Marco Rubio.
Yes, Rubio. You want CNN or you want something else?
I was just plucking through.
I gotta get. This is very important to me. I gotta pull this one before we go. Then I want to get a little bit into to Doge before we hop into General Muhammad's class. You got something for me?
No, I was trying to grab that one that you got. You got the Marco Rubio says Iran. Which one you looking?
NBC News a day ago. I'm trying to find a better article though, because you know they NBC. Some of these sources, I mean, they be legitimate, but they biased. You can go to NBC. Rubio says Iran.
Okay.
Show you this here, y'all, real quick. Rubio says Iran is about
behind everything. CNN.
Behind every terrorist group. Not CNN, NBC.
That threatens peace in the Middle East.
Yeah, we can get that one.
Okay.
CNN.
Sir.
What's the headline?
It says, oh shit.
Is it Rubio's statement though?
Yeah, Secretary of State of Rubio says Iran. Oh, that's the one.
Oh, you got a
Rubio,
video.
that's the video. Hold on. Let me go back.
I'm gonna go to this NBC article real quick. I don't want to wait.
Sir.
Rubio says Iran is behind every terrorist group as he vows full U.S. support. You got that one?
I got that one. Yeah.
Full U.S. support for Netanyahu.
Yeah.
Now, for decades now, I mean, they've been toying with this Iran thing for this ain't nothing new. They want conflict with Iran.
Right.
Like it ain't even like a smoke and mirrors no more. Eventually, either a proxy war, America is going to have a proxy war with one of these foreign nations through the Israelis. Is damn near America's military. And quite frankly, America had a proxy war with Palestine. That's what it is.
Right.
Call it what you want. You know, that's why they were sending them the money. Just like they, you know how they say, oh, Iran is having a proxy war. They're funding the terrorists. They're funding ISIS. They're funding, who else? Hamas and Hezbollah. America's doing the same thing with the Israelis. It's just a proxy. It's just smoke and mirrors. But eventually what's going to happen, what the law is going to want, the law is going to force, is boots on the ground.
Right.
That's what America's prolonging the boots on the ground in Ukraine. So, they prolonging the boots on the ground and in the Middle East. Go ahead.
U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said Sunday that Iran remains the single greatest source of instability in the Middle East, and through his full support behind Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
International criminal.
Mm.
Wanted for war. Like, they're one and the same. They're the same people. Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu. You know, you heard the talks about the Gaza, right? What they want to do.
Yep.
It's not even an option to give it back to the Palestinians. It's not even in their thought process. What they've been planning all along. They literally invaded a country and took it over.
Right.
And said, well, you know, they did. Well, it was horrible anyway. We're gonna go in there. It's gonna be ours. That's an invasion. That's not defending yourself. You know what I mean?
As a matter of fact, let's go back a little bit further, right?
Mhm.
You know, the United States started ISIS. ISIS was created by the United States. So all of those break-off groups, Hamas and all those other groups were started originally by the United States. And that was a proxy group that they used to destabilize Iraq and all of those other countries that they destabilized over there in the Middle East. So whenever you hear those groups that pop up and they got these crazy names like that, these groups are started by the United States and the European Union. And I didn't even know that America created ISIS. All of that stuff that they did, they were the ones selling them the guns and all of that ammunition and things. Think about it, right? How does a country where they don't even build weapons over there, how do they get these weapons?
Right.
Get these weapons
American
by the
made.
United States.
American made. And listen, I know it sounds harsh that you don't want to believe. This is the thing. You so infatuated with America and American standards that you couldn't believe that America can create criminals and enemies.
Right.
You can't fathom it. You understand? That's the problem. You've been such a tool and a pawn for America. You can't comprehend the crimes that this place has committed. You can't comprehend why anybody would hate you.
Right.
You can't comprehend it. You can't see it. Why? Why is that? You're a patriot. They didn't made you a patriot.
Right.
Right? You've become blind to reality, blind to what's really happened, what's really going on. No sweat. All this peace talk about ceasefire. It ain't no this war. Nobody wins this war. We've been telling you since the 60s. This is the third woe that the Bible talks about.
Right.
This is the third world war. And America and the world is going to pay for the crimes that they've committed against the children of Israel. Nobody wins this war. And everybody's going to be brought into this valley of Jehoshaphat. Please continue.
A meeting between the two in Jerusalem came as a fragile ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Mm-hmm. A militant group backed by Iran lasted into a second month despite being tested to its limits this week. Despite the fragile truce, Rubio said Hamas must be eradicated and praised Donald Trump's bold plans to take control of Gaza and displace Palestinians to other countries. That's crazy.
You unalived thousands of people that were not non-combative, non-military. They literally invaded a country and said, you know what, it's ours now. That's what they've done. And it's justified because that's their definition of defense.
Right.
So be it. They wiped out thousands of Palestinians. They're going to take it to Gaza Strip. This is just going to create more and more turmoil in that region of the earth. And it's going to escalate the third woe. It's going to escalate World War III. It must happen. It's already been written. This is it. This is the big one. Go ahead.
I was great. Say, sir, we just read that President Donald Trump bold plans to take control of Gaza and displace Palestinians to other countries. They plan on unaliving the rest of them. Whatever's left over, they're gonna move them to other countries and then have them be citizens of other countries, take over their lands and do all kinds of crazy stuff that they want to do with these people's lands. One thing we got to understand is that this has already happened to us. This is how Black Wall Street was destroyed, Seneca Village, what's that, Rosewood, all of those little cities and towns that we had all up and down the East Coast, or the East Coast corridor, all of those cities and towns that got destroyed up in Chicago, all the way over to the Midwest. You understand? There's things that we listening to happen right here to these other people. And I don't want to, make it seem like it's a small thing, but these things have already happened to us. You understand? But like I said before, when we stand up and we start saying, help the Palestinians and help the Afghans and help all these other people from all of these other countries, we need to start standing up and helping ourselves. Listen, if we stand with America, we're going to fall with America. You understand? We got to stand with our people. So
what the scripture say? Be not partakers of their sins.
You understand? Be not partakers of their sins. You understand? That's what we can't do. We can't take part in America. We can live in America and we can be in America, but we don't have to be a part of America.
100%. Go ahead.
Okay, let's go to this part. While hostages and prisoners exchange the future of the ceasefire and the possibility of lasting peace, and that's in Salakia, if I may. That's another thing. They said that Israel, even though they got a ceasefire, Israel's still firing and unaliving people over there. You understand? America is using Israel as a proxy. They are allowing Israel to do what Israel wants to do. And what Israel wants to do is unalive people. That's just a part of their character. That's in their DNA to do exactly what they're doing. And because America is allowing it, it's part of America's DNA. And when we support America in all of those countries, we are American. We will fall with America. We don't stand with America. Anyway, while hostages and prisoners exchange the future of the ceasefire and the possibility of a lasting peace have dominated recent discussions between the nations, Netanyahu told members of the press after the meeting that no issue was more important than Iran. Rubio said in Jerusalem that Iran was behind every terrorist group, behind every act of violence, and behind everything that threatens peace and stability, which is a lie.
Come on.
Think about this, right?
Yeah.
Every country, all of these, think about this. Iran and Iraq were one country. Why did Iran and Iraq become two countries? Because America stepped in and America destabilized Iran. And then that's where you get Iraq from. When you look at North and South Korea, what happened to that? America stepped in and destabilized North Korea. Now you have North and South Korea. Guess who America stands with? South Korea. You understand? When you have countries, let's just take what's the country? Dominican Republic, and what's the other one?
Haiti.
Let's go bigger than that. Let's go with India and Pakistan. Used to be one country. Now there's two countries because America stepped in and broke India in half, and now they have Pakistan. Whenever you see a North country and a South country, is because of America. No other country has done this to anybody but America. Whenever you see North and South, this is where it comes from. America is the evil on this earth. You understand? They have other countries, all these other European countries are evil too, but America is the major evil.
You're absolutely right about that. Let's drop that. Let's get one last thing here. I got Fox News. Let's get the headline for you. Elon Musk says millions in social media database between ages of 100 and 159. I'm gonna get the headline.
Yeah, let me get the headline.
It's gonna be our last story. We're gonna get to the rest next week. Oh damn, I'm on the wrong one. There we go.
Those are the Fox News, right?
Come on.
Got it.
Go ahead.
Elon Musk says millions in Social Security database are between ages of 100 and 159. Elon Musk indicated in a post on X that millions of people listed in a Social Security database are recorded as centenarians, with the death field set to false. According to the Social Security database, these are the numbers of people in each age bucket with the death field set to false. Maybe Twilight is real and there are a lot of vampires collecting Social Security.
I mean, it's fraud.
Yeah.
It's fraud. Listen. Yeah. Hold on. Where you at? Where you at?
Right here in the second paragraph.
Good. Let's finish.
Okay. According to Social Security database, these are the numbers of people in each age bucket with the death field set to false. Maybe Twilight is real and there are a lot of vampires collecting Social Security. Musk posted, adding a couple of rolling on the floor laugh emojis.
Right. Now, in this third paragraph, we're going to get you the numbers, then we're going to get out of here.
Yeah.
And why is this important for you to understand, Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man? Because it shows you, one, how much America had. Gentleman Hyman brought this out, I think it was last Thursday, right? America has money. They just don't have money for you. That's what you gotta. You think you got this sense in your head like you's American. You's a patriot. You love America, right? America don't give a damn about you. That's what you got to recognize and understand. And you want these reparations, right? You're not going to get reparations from the oppressor. We're seeking justice from the devil.
Right.
We're seeking justice from the people that oppress you. It'll never happen. You should seek justice and reparations from God.
Right.
That's where we'll get it from. All right. Now look. Now everything that's being brought out about the waste of money is just a slap in the face to every Black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man that's struggling. Go ahead.
His posts feature a chart indicating there are more than 20 million listed with ages 100 and higher.
20 million so-called Americans on Social Security over the age of 100. This is absolutely fraud. And the question is, think about 20 million checks. Let's round the number out.
Right.
A Social Security check. Let's just say on the low end it's $1,000, which is extremely low. $1,000. What's 1,000 times 200 million?
20 million. That's a lot. Because you got to add 3 more zeros to the 20 million. So that'll be.
Hey Siri. What's 20 million times 1,000? That's 20 billion.
That's you got to add 3 zeros to it. That's 20 million. Oh yeah,
that's a billion, right?
That's hundreds, millions, billions. Yeah.
So you got 20 million. Hold on, let me do this way. Let me do it manually. 20 mil.
Yeah. Oh shit.
That's 20 mil, right?
Yep, that's 20 mil.
Times 1,000. And it won't even give me a goddamn hold up.
Say, hold up, you going too far.
Give me some goddamn equation on the goddamn. On what's in there?
Yeah. 20 billion.
20 billion. $20 billion.
But that's just for one. That's just for one.
And I'm just saying, and I just rounded it off.
That's for one set of people because they got another class that's over that.
Exactly. Now, $20 billion a month. And we just gave you a round number, 1,000, right?
Damn.
What's the real number? Over 100. Come on now. Let's read on. I gotta get in this class.
Including, let me see. All right, 20 million with the ages of 100 and higher, including more than 3.9 million in the 130 to 139 age range.
Now look, I got a tweet from I got an X post from Elon Musk, right? Give me the numbers.
God damn.
Now let's start from.
God damn.
Now let's just start from like we just gonna start at 100. Now this outrageous was 80 from 90 and 90 to 100 is ridiculous already.
Right.
Let's just start at 100 here.
Yeah.
Read what you got there.
100 to 109. That's 4,734,407.
Come on, yo.
Wait, but that's a small group. Then 110 to 119. These are ages, right?
These are ages. This is.
So we got
this
people 110 to 119.
110 to 119.
That's 3,627,007.
It's 3 million plus of it.
So now we got
Now the question. Well, we know most of these are fake, right? The question is, who's cashing the check? That's the question.
Let's do one more number.
Go ahead, keep going.
I want to know. I want to do this number right here.
No, keep going. Just go down.
Okay. 120 to 129.
Now it's 100. This is the age group. 120 to 129-year-olds.
3,472,849.
They don't exist.
130 to 139.
Now, how many 130? Come on.
How many people in this age group?
Come on.
3,936,311.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to 140 to 149.
140.
These people, they've been alive since the Civil War, right?
Listen, exactly.
They've been alive since the Civil War.
Listen, they need to be in the Guinness World Record.
Right. The Guinness Book of World Records.
They're missing out. Apparently, Matham, go ahead.
140 to 149, 3,542,044.
Jeez.
150 to 159,
Mm-hmm.
1,345,883.
This is 150 years old people.
160 to 169 years old.
160 years old on Social Security. Now, mind you,
121,807.
Go ahead.
170 years old to 179 years old.
It just gets ridiculous.
6,087. 180 to 189. 695. Now get
These
right?
are checks that are going out each month.
These people was here since the Declaration of Independence. 190 to 199 years old.
Mm-hmm.
448 people been here since the Declaration of Independence.
And listen. Who is cashing the check? This is a slap in the face to brothers and sisters that have been fighting to retire, fighting to get government assistance, fighting just for a pinch of assistance, and this is what's going on. That's why it's important to you, to show you that we are that nation that is not desired.
Right.
All these checks that's going out, that's supposed to be black people money, man.
Salak, yes, sir.
Go ahead.
If I may, when you add all of these numbers up now, remember it was 750 million people was in that Trump election, maybe when the first time he got elected.
This is
right?
what they saying too.
So you mean
these are voters?
These are voters, right? So this is like half of the voters is right here.
Come on.
This is half of the voters right here.
This is Social Security numbers.
Because half of that would be 300 and I would say 350, 360, 370 million people.
Now,
this is almost 300 million people right here.
Now listen, that's allegedly. This is allegedly another conspiracy that's coming out about voter fraud or what have you, because this is actual checks that's going out backed by what? A Social Security number. With that, is the One West News Desk. Catch us next week live. And we're going to be bringing you the news. We all your Bloomberg, your Fox News, your real NBC, all of that. We're going to bring you everything and bringing it to your feed.
Damn.
Other than the garbage that your social media pumps to you. But we're going to bring it all live and direct and unbiased. And with that, shalom. We got to roll. We out.
Yeah.
You got it. You just found it.
Look how long this shit go down to 3.